So I've been struggling with a little bit of energy issues and being counterproductive offline. But nevertheless, I'm still here. And today I wanted to talk to the working class about side hustles. I just wanted to reinforce some positive affirmations. And you, excuse me one second, let me move a little closer to the camera. All right. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is not Jay-Z, but my name is Sean, spelled the same way as Jay-Z, Shawn. And listen to this. I'm a former wild child, not from Staten Island, Shaolin, but Flatbush, Brooklyn. Yes. I'm not a rapper, but my brain has a nuclear reactor. But I ain't no actor. But anyways, so much for the nursery rhymes. Let me get on to this. I came from a working class family in New York, and my parents worked paycheck to paycheck for their entire careers. My mother worked for the city of New York for 35 years, from 1959 until 1994, and she worked downtown Brooklyn by around the corner from Dr. J's and the old A&S down by Fulton Street Mall. My poppy worked for the Postal Service in New York, Brooklyn, and I'm trying to remember if this the LaGuardia Airport or was it JFK. We went to another post office out in Queens, and he was also a postal police officer working at the main post office in Brooklyn, right down when you get to the what is that? The Williamsburg Bridge by the old Jehovah's Witness, the Watchtower. Not the. I'm sorry, not the Watchtower. The Watchtower where they print the little booklets. So yeah, he worked out at that post office, and he was a postal police officer briefly over there. Then he worked at the LaGuardia or JFK, one of those post offices out there. But in overall, he outdid my mother. My mother worked for the city of New York for 35 years. And he worked for the Postal Service for 42 years. Prior to the Postal Service, they had worked together on a job, and that's how they met. I think they met back in I want to say 1970. Yeah, or no, 1970 or 1973, and then they got married in 1980, and we moved from Newkirk and Bedford Avenue and Flatbush to east. Well, we was already in East Flatbush. Well, we moved further east Flatbush, a little bit up from Brooklyn College, up by Philip Howard Towers. We moved to Avenue I and East 38th Street in Flatbush, Brooklyn. Now, Flatbush back in the late 70s, early 80s, when Mario Cuomo was the governor of New York and Koch was, in transition of running for the Democratic mayor. Flatbush was pretty much gentrified before the word gentrification came into existence. And if you were black or of a minority race living in Flatbush, you were somebody. And living in Flatbush back in the day said a lot about your character. And I'm honored to this day that we were the first black family to move on Avenue I and East 38th Street in Flatbush, Brooklyn. We was the very first black family. It's very humbling. But going forward, my parents, they worked paycheck to paycheck. They didn't know anything about IRA accounts. We didn't have no internet. Heck, we didn't even have beepers yet. There was just TV. And talk about internet. The internet was just the intranet. The intranet was the black background with green text used by the U.S. military. That was the only internet that was available, was among the U.S. government computers talking to each other. So there was no Facebook, there was no Twitter, no Google. We didn't have none of that. We didn't even have Motorola flip phones yet. And my parents didn't have IRA accounts. They don't do stocks and bonds. My parents had this work paycheck to paycheck mentality because that's how they were institutionalized to think and operate. So they worked paycheck to paycheck for their entire careers. Now, fortunately, my mother was blessed that for her entire career working for the city of New York for 35 years, from 1959 to 1994, not one time, not once, was she ever rejected. And I mean rejected by anyone turning her away and telling her they don't have the money to loan her. There were a majority of times that my mother would get paid on payday. A majority, not all the time, but most of the time. She stood in people's faces, her co-workers, on payday most of the time, not begging, but asking to borrow money. Throughout her 35-year career, not one person rejected her and said no. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you. My poppy, he was a workaholic. That man was relentless. My parents know nothing about IRAs, stocks, investing, putting money away, growing, starting a business. They don't know anything about that. They're regular, old school, working class people who still believe to this day, write a check, put it in the mail, and pay a bill. But my poppy worked for the post office for 42 years. Prior to that, he had some few odd jobs. One job, he worked for the NYPD. He was a typist, briefly. But that didn't last too long. But when he got into it, took him about 3 years after he took the test. He had to get on the waiting list for 3 years. And he waited and finally got hired by the post office. And that man worked and worked and worked. And he brought home excellent money. He was a working man. Thankfully, I inherited the spirits of being a workaholic from my parents. Thankfully. And I'm sharing this story with you about my parents, how they worked paycheck to paycheck, because back then we knew nothing about the coin term today, side hustles. I had side hustles back in the day, but I didn't know that they were side hustles. I just acted on thoughts that came to my mind, whether it was, okay, let me go see if I can shovel some snow down the block and knock on people's doors for $5 a pop. If that was a side hustle, but I didn't know it. But there were times that I got rich. Oh, I made some really, really good money because there was just something in me, and I guess it was the spirit inherited from my parents that I just wouldn't stop. And I couldn't stand sitting around and not having any money and relying on my parents for money. I just couldn't. It was just something in me that just wouldn't sit still. I had to go out. Before I had my working papers at 14 in Brooklyn, I went out and I was doing my thing. Whether it was cutting grass, not cutting grass, sweeping people's porches, shoveling snow, doing something, delivering newspapers. Let me tell y'all something real quick. I am a former delivery boy for the New York Post. Yeah. Briefly, I ended up getting robbed in Brooklyn by somebody from the neighborhood. I think his name was Vernon. Vernon from Avenue J. This was like more than 30 years ago. But I was just sharing that because I did my side hustles back in the day before I had my working papers. And I didn't know the coin term. So back to my parents. So my parents worked paycheck to paycheck for their entire careers. Don't know anything about investing. To this day, they're retired. They both collect pensions. But their pensions, oh my goodness, it's sad. My mother collects Social Security plus her pension, but because my papi's job was federal under certain circumstances, he can't collect Social Security, so he has to, I don't know, there was some kind of way they finagled it, legitimately finagled it through my mother's Social Security. I think he gets a piece of that or something, or he probably doesn't get anything. But on average today, my papi's pension is about almost $2,900 a month. Working 42 years, and that's all he retired on. My mother, thankfully, she gets pension and Social Security. But because they didn't know anything about side hustles, and we didn't have side hustles, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have affiliate marketing, we didn't have none of that back in the day. This is what, after 35 years working for the city of New York and after 42 years of working for the post office, this is all they have to live on today. And I'm saying that to say this. If you are a working class person currently institutionalized, working paycheck to paycheck with no end in sight, or you're working paycheck to paycheck with retirement coming up, and you've worked for whatever company or government organization you've been with for the last 25, 30, 40, or maybe even 50 years, and you're not getting $4,000 a month, I want you to know that it is not too late for you as a working class person. Never mind age, never mind what you've been through. It is not too late to start a side hustle. The internet is the most beautiful place to quietly start a side hustle. Build up the strength of your finances in rebounding from life, and quietly generate that healthy passive income. But you have to want to do it. And with the internet and side hustles, this has no respect to person. And what do I mean by that is anyone with the willingness to change their mindset, change their thinking. Never mind all that jokey stuff right now. Am I right? And get me good. Never mind that right now. I'm talking plain. Getting clear and concise with you. The willingness to change your mindset and really to get on board and make good use of this internet. Doing something you love to do as a side hustle. You do not have to retire making $3,000 or $4,000 a month in pension and living life that way. Yeah, it's good that you're finally reaching retirement, or you're still good being that you have a job and you're working paycheck to paycheck. At least you still have income coming in. At least the good thing is that you're still able to hold down that job. But there's another avenue you can pursue to open up another stream of healthy and steady streams of passive income. And it's called the internet and side hustles. I shared the brief story about my parents, because I want you to know that I'm a real person. I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood in Flatbush, Brooklyn. I'm not from the projects. I'm not ghetto-fied. You know, I don't be out in the street talking about, yo, you know, man. Nah, I don't do that. But I'm from the hood. And I've been through struggle. I've been in corporate America. I've worked here. I've worked there. I've been around, and I know the feelings associated of working paycheck to paycheck. I know how it feels to be wrongfully terminated. I know how it feels to be put down by employers. I know how it feels to be humiliated by employers. I know how it feels to feel less of a man when you know, you come across someone and you be like, dang, my money's not up. I'm not able to provide. Wait a minute, I don't want this opportunity to pass me by. I need to commit to my side hustle so that even if this one passes me by, my mind is leveled up and I don't have to just rely on one source of income. I can use my mind to start a side hustle and do something that I do as a genuine labor of love so that I can open myself up through the willingness to change the way that I think and create steady streams of income so that if that person does stick around for me to level up completely, then maybe I can make it official and we can build together. And all of this is achievable through side hustles. Ladies and gentlemen, working class people, you no longer have to work paycheck to paycheck. The internet is it. And there is no perfect time to get started other than right now, in the most uncertain time of your life. You don't have to work paycheck to paycheck forever on your job. You don't have to settle for that 3 or 4,000 a month in retirement. You don't have to settle for just one income. Use the gift of your creative potential to do something you love to do on the internet. If you have a niche for sales and marketing, if you have a niche for affiliate marketing, if you have a niche for drawing, you like to draw pictures on paper, YouTube, you can use YouTube as a business. Just taking the camera, and I'm giving you a free idea for working class people. I recently saw someone drawing, just sitting and drawing on paper. And I said, wow, that is really nice. And I told the person, I said, you can turn that into a business. All you have to do is go get yourself a camera, a GoPro camera or a Sony digital mirrorless camera, and just take the camera and point it on yourself drawing the picture. Even if it takes you 2 or 3 hours to complete the drawing, just let it sit. Just let the camera point and sit the entire time so that people can see you composing the picture yourself. And that is one of many ways to start a multi-million-dollar YouTube-based side hustle, just by letting people watch you draw a picture on a sheet of notebook paper. Folks, you do not have to work paycheck to paycheck. Having a job is good. I'm not against that. I'm all for it. But job, always remember, job means just over broke. If you have a job and it's something that you enjoy doing, cultivate those relationships. Cultivate it. Nurture those relationships. Keep those relationships nurtured and healthy with those people so that if you decide to start a side hustle and work on it while you're holding down a job, and that side hustle later pans out to generate more income than your day job, and then you come to the decision point, should I keep working on my job or should I just flourish and go into my side hustle full time? Those relationships that you cultivated and nourished, those people are coming along with you because you nurtured those relationships with those people you worked with. And of course, they're going to want to stay connected with you if you decide to quit your day job. Take those people with you. Stay connected with them because they will do more than be your biggest supporters as you transition full-time into your side hustle business, if you decide to make that decision. But you no longer have to work paycheck to paycheck. Now, side hustles, it could work out in under 2 years for you to grow it and turn it into a full-time business. It could take shorter than 2 years or more than 2 years. It's solely based on your determination, your performance. Now, I will tell you this. If you decide to have a side hustle, whereas you're consistently using YouTube to build your business, in which I ideally encourage you to do so, and this goes for me, this really goes for me, be mindful to work on your personal development. Watch your tone. The same goes for me. I know sometimes with my my New York raunchiness tends to come, yo, what's up, yo, son. Work on your tone. Same applies to me. What I'm telling you is what I'm preaching to myself on the camera. That's number one. Work on your tone, because your tone and how you come across to people can make or break a relationship, even though the person on the other side of the video that's watching your video doesn't know you personally. Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? Number two, always be willing to go above and beyond in your side hustle and do for others without expectation. So here's what I mean. Whether you gift someone with free information, or you physically gift someone with a tangible gift, do that for others without expectation, and do it for them without anyone kind of giving you a hint. Just do it from the goodness of your heart, and you will see in due time that your side hustle will be blessed beyond imagination. I like to spontaneously do things, nice things for people, whether it's giving out free marketing tips, like the one that I gave in this video about starting a drawing-based YouTube channel. That's a multi-million-dollar business, because there's many people who are talented with day jobs that they sit at their desks and they draw, and they have this amazing talent, but they're not using YouTube to do something like that as a side hustle. There's plenty of money to be made in Google from AdSense. Plenty. I love sales and marketing. If you know me personally, you know my stilo. Yeah, that's a New York word. You know my stilo. When it comes to numbers, men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. You know me. When it comes to numbers, homie, don't play that. I'm about my numbers, and I'm about my money. Yes, sir. You can do beautiful numbers in your side hustle, but it all starts up here. Don't think that working paycheck to paycheck and holding down a job is the only way to make money. While it is a great way, again, I'm not knocking a job, because it just means just over broke. While a job helps you to pay your rent, it helps you to pay your mortgage, it helps you to pay down credit card debt, I'm all for it. Don't rely on the job mindset to get you through life, because you will be so far behind. Even if you have an IRA account and you're not doing anything else to generate streams of passive income, you will still be far behind in life with the job mindset. Get in the side hustle mindset. So this is encouragement to people that are engulfed in that working mindset, regardless of age, no respect to person. It is never too late to start online. You know, I just wish that, and I think that there's potential with someone that I came across recently. It would be a beautiful thing if 2 or more, hint hint, It would be a beautiful thing, or if two or more can come together and agree. I sound like a preacher right about now, but it would be so beautiful if two or more can come together and agree and work on a side hustle together. That would be so beautiful, like ebony, ivory, oh, living in perfect harmony. All right, don't let me get started. But anyways, if two can come together and agree and work on a side hustle together, oh my goodness. It is just chemistry. That would be so much beautiful chemistry. That would be like flowers, mental flowers, fireworks, and profit potential all skyrocketing, all the potential being unleashed through the roof. That would be beautiful. Oh my goodness. Two came together and agreed and worked on a side hustle together, there would be the memory of a job would slowly dissipate. It would just slowly just vanish. I heard one person say a while back, I don't, in so many words, I don't quit my job and be a blogger. But let me tell you, there's money, there's millions of dollars to be made from side hustles with affiliate marketing, blogging, vlogging on YouTube, running paid advertising campaigns through pay-per-click search strategies, and running paid social media campaigns. That it is so mind-boggling. There's so much money to be made on the internet through side hustles that you don't have to keep resorting to the job mindset. So with that said, and now that you know that I'm a real person, I'm from the hood, not from the projects, but from the hood. And when I say I'm from the hood, we had houses. The whole neighborhood was houses. No projects. I'm not a goody two-shoes. Just came from a working class family. And we worked paycheck. They worked paycheck to paycheck. Unfortunately, I never had any pair of Jordans in New York because my parents didn't have money to buy me all of that stuff. I wore church shoes. I wore dress clothes to school until I hooked up in, I want to say 1992 or 1993 with one of them low lives from Brooklyn. And I ain't gonna say no names, but hooked up with a booster. And I was introduced to polo back in 1991, 92, or 93. And, you know, I went from dressing like a church boy to rocking low. But today I rock low like a businessman because I have Ralph Lauren business suits that many people don't have. And you'll probably see them in future videos. And I'll get into other videos in the future talking about starting, you know, side hustles based off of your love for polo, Ralph Lauren. And I'll talk about that in future videos. But I just wanted to get this off of my chest today for the working class people. You're working paycheck to paycheck, and you've been in the trenches so long. It's not too late. You're probably about 55 or 60. You've been working so long, and you don't know any other way to make money. It starts with your home computer, the willingness to change the way that you think, and getting this side hustle going. So if you have a pen and paper, just write this down real quick. Couple of ways to make money online with side hustles. Number one, affiliate marketing. Write this term down, affiliate marketing. Now let me say this again in slow terms. Affiliate marketing. And in case, write that term down. In case you don't know what affiliate marketing is, and any multi-million-dollar affiliate marketer will tell you this, including Sean Collins from Affiliate Summit. Yes, I dropped your name. I said it. Sean Collins, co-founder of Affiliate Summit. Yeah. Shout out to Sean Collins from Affiliates. I mean, Sean Collins will tell you the same thing, and he's probably going to see this video and comment. Affiliate marketing is the process of partnering with an advertiser, an online advertiser, whomever it is, whether it's Dell, Zappos.com, Target, Walmart. That's just to give you a quick synopsis of those advertisers. But it is the process of partnering with an advertiser once approved as an affiliate, a publisher or affiliate of their affiliate program. It is the process of partnering with them and promoting affiliate links, whether you're promoting affiliate links on your blog, your website, or even in YouTube videos as a means of generating affiliate commissions. That is a great way to start up your side hustle because there's little to no upfront costs. If you decide to use blogging as a means of making money from a side hustle, then your upfront costs are going to be, one is going to be the cost for your domain name, which is like I want to say about $20 a year, maybe about $20 a year the most, with the inflation and all that stuff going on. You'll have $20, let's assume $20 for that. Then you'll pay the year of hosting up front, which is probably the most about $300, if that. Some people like to start out with the little economy hosting, whether it's $5 or $6 a month, and that's fine too. So look for paying your hosting bill up front for the whole year, maybe anywhere from $60 to $300 a year. And also any other side costs that you may pay prior to starting up your blog and paying up your paying for your domain name and your hosting for the purpose of starting a blog. And a blog is a great way to monetize any type of ads from affiliate programs on it for the purpose of making money from blogging. So affiliate marketing, as I mentioned, is the process of partnering with an advertiser for the purpose of promoting affiliate links on a blog, a website, or promoting affiliate links in YouTube videos for the purpose of generating what's called affiliate commissions. When you generate steady commissions as an affiliate, that's when the mindset starts getting grandfathered in more and more and more. You get deeper and deeper into this mindset of using blogging or vlogging as a means of making money from affiliate programs. And believe it or not, affiliate marketing and side hustles, yes, can make the everyday average working class person a millionaire. It takes time. And most importantly, because this is such a lax freelance industry, you have to want to do it. In other words, you have to be self-sufficient. You have to be a self-motivator. You have to adjust your thinking. You have to watch your tone. Same thing goes for me. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. I'm working on self-development right now. Watching my tone, changing my character, making necessary changes. In terms of losing weight, I'm back in the gym again. Getting down my bulging male waistline because I don't want to be waistline boy wonder no more. I know I got a bulging waistline and I know I'm a glutton. And I can actually use my current gluttony to start another side hustle and document my weight loss progress and make money. I know. Excuse me. So there's all sorts of ways to make money. Vlogging, even if you don't decide to use blogging as a means of creating that extra revenue stream, you can use YouTube alone, which literally has no startup costs. What does it cost for you to start a YouTube channel? Nothing. It's free. What does it cost for you to make a video? What? Using your camera phone or your Apple iPhone with 4K? If you already have an Apple iPhone and it has 4K on it, guess what? you're already one step ahead in the game. It just takes someone like me, who is a regular person. I come from a working class family, and I'm telling you, turn on that Apple iPhone, turn on the video feature, and just practice making draft videos to see how comfortable you feel on camera. And then once you start feeling comfortable, start making little 30-second to 1 minute videos. Post it on YouTube as shorts. And once you start getting comfortable with that, get in the repetitive mindset of saying, okay, today I'm going to make 2 videos. Today I'm going to make 2 shorts. They're going to be 30 seconds to 1 minute each. And then I'm going to post that to my YouTube channel. As the mindset trickles in, it starts getting grandfathered in little by little. The pattern, yes, I know I said it sideways. It's supposed to be pattern. I was saying it on purpose to be a fool. Pattern. The pattern, meaning the mindset, will get trickled in or get grandfathered in. Today I need to make 2 shorts. Today I need to do this. Today I need to do that for my YouTube channel. And I'll use my Apple iPhone or my GoPro. Because by transitioning into that repetitive mindset, you are becoming slowly but surely less independent of your day job. Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? Because this is serious business. YouTube can turn the everyday working class person working paycheck to paycheck into a millionaire. And the more consistent you are with uploading your YouTube videos, the more the YouTube algorithm will notice. One thing a lot of working class people, or just most people period, that have YouTube and they make a channel, they upload a few videos, one thing that they don't know is the YouTube algorithm quietly creates a behavior profile for every individual YouTube channel. The algorithm takes notice of your behavior, uploading, the length of your videos, the click-through rate, the likes on your videos, the dislikes, the comments, the sharing of your videos. The algorithm factors in all of that stuff when they rank your channel and your videos. And you wonder how so many people get hundreds of thousands of YouTube subscribers. It's because they're doing what's necessary to get ahead with the YouTube algorithm and gain more organic subscribers. The more subscribers, the more money. And to quit your day job, you only need 100,000 YouTube subscribers. That's it. Once you got that 100,000 YouTube subscribers, you can live off of YouTube pretty much full time and then continue building your business from there. Now, when you have 1 million YouTube subscribers, you are definitely no longer working paycheck to paycheck. You are living off of YouTube 100%. And it's not from the affiliate links. I'm not even talking about making money from the affiliate links in the description of the YouTube videos. I'm talking about just earning a complete living from the Google ads popping up in YouTube videos with every new video you upload. But again, ladies and gentlemen, it's mind over matter. Your side hustle, it all starts right here. And you don't have to keep working paycheck to paycheck. If you're currently working and you're making excellent money on your job, I commend you, especially if you're a female who's unmarried with no children. I really have this big thing for females in management positions, executive leadership. I like, my personal preference is like females that like work in the federal government in like Maryland, Washington D.C., or they work for the IRS. And females with their own businesses, I tend to get along because they're much more intellectual. The conversation is so different, and it really does something to me up here. It really, up here, it's a huge turn on for me. I'm all in support, no male chauvinism here. Of I'm totally in support of female entrepreneurs, females in executive leadership positions. I'm all in support of that. So if you're a female currently making good money on your job, but you want a side hustle, do it. Do it. Do it while you're young. Do it while you're middle aged. Even do it while you're gracefully seasoned. Because when you look back down the road, if you decide to start your side hustle now, you'll be so happy. Because once you put that, now that I'm planting the seed in your mind through this video, and you decide to take action and say, you know what, when I was a child, I did like to do this, I did like to do that, or I'd like to write reviews, or I used to do that. And now I'm thinking, let me revive that and turn that into a side hustle while I hold down my job. You're going to be glad that you started now, because later down the road, you'll be generating multiple healthy streams of passive income that will not have you solely dependent on your day job income. Your day job income, I'm all for it. I'm not knocking the day job at all. But that day job income ain't always up to snuff. And this is where the beauty of the side hustle comes into play. It's not too late, you're not too young, and you're not too old. Listen, I'm going on 50. I'm not too far from being 50 years old. I thank you, Lord, that I'm still breathing. I'm still here. If it wasn't for him, I would have been Betty Bye a long time ago. But I'm here. Not just here by his mercy and his grace, but I'm here to motivate you. Because I'm a real person. I have feelings. I cry like you. I struggle like you. I go through financial woes here and there. I certainly do. And it's all a part of life. But I want to show you I'm a real person. And I'm not always jokey-fied, you've seen some of them videos. Am I right? Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? Get me. And then you talk about it getting really, really rich. Sometimes I just like to be a clown. But today, I'm being subtle with you. You don't have to rely on the day job income. You can get rich. You can become a millionaire. And as I said, if two or more can come together and agree and work on a side hustle together, side hustle can make y'all millionaires. But you have to want to do it. Just know this. And I'm going to surmise, and I'm just going to assume this number. Assume there's 5 trillion gallons of water in the earth. Now, we all know water is going to be in the earth until the end of time. Right? It's going to be and I'm not talking about seawater. I'm not talking about ocean water. I'm talking about natural, fresh drinking water. It's more, and I'm just throwing a number out there. 5 trillion gallons. There's more water than land. You know the water's there. It's going to be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week until the end of time. You know it's there. But you're going to have to do some work to get there. You're going to have to do some digging. But once you get to the source, you know that source is never ending. You're going to have to go through something in your side hustle in order to reach that point. That means you got to change this. That means you may have to cut some people off. And I'm serious. Family, friends. You may have to cut off your ex. Stop talking to your ex. You keep dibbling and dabbling and you going back to your ex. You messing up your own entrepreneurial growth potential because your ex is robbing you. You ain't got no time to change this, to apply to this, to increase this. Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? So, getting to that water, you're going to have to put in some work. Once you get to that water, you got never-ending streams. It'll be never-ending. And it's going to change you up here. It's going to change the way you look at people. It's going to change the way you look at business. Side hustles, once you get to that point, once you get to that new horizon, for earning unlimited income, not only are you going to become independent of your job, but it's going to help you have a greater respect for life. You're going to look at everything different. Even personal relationships and dating, you're going to look at that different. You're going to learn to value the importance of marriage, even if you're not married. Because as a man, you're going to be able to provide for her. She shouldn't have to tell you pay the bills. You got to do it. Like it or not. When you say you do, and she say I do, you in marriage prison, buddy. You're in marriage prison. You got to provide for her. She don't have to work. You got to do it. And I'm not just saying that just to be talking. All men, that includes me, all men, everybody, all men have to work. When you build your side hustle and you start generating that real money, that real money, we ain't talking about a few $100s. We're talking about starting out consistent money, 10, 20, 30 grand a month. Not a year, a month. Because 30 grand a year ain't doing nothing for me. That's a can of beans. It beats a blank, but that's a can of beans. Multiply that by 10. 30 grand by 10. Let's talk about that. And then growing that to more money. You can do that on the internet through side hustles. All men must provide for their wives. All men. When you have this side hustle, you're leveling up. And you need to work on your personal development while you're at it as a single man. Watch your tone. Watch how you treat people. Not just focusing on building your side hustle. Work on your personal development in here and in here. Put him first. Real rap. Put him first. He'll give you the desires of your heart. And I'm telling you, when you're willing to change and you really commit to the side hustle, you achieve so much more than just working paycheck to paycheck. That money starts coming in. Yeah, money changes you. It does. It changes the way you look at everything. But I'm going to tell you men this. Get me good now. Don't let that money make you arrogant. Okay? Don't let that money get you high-minded. Don't go out here thinking that you're better than everybody. Because you got a little bit of side hustle money coming in. And you're not really relying on your paycheck to paycheck like you used to. Don't get high-minded. Stay humble. He looking at you. And you don't know if a future wife is looking at you. Work on you. In here and in here. Real rap, man. Stay humble. Because when this grows, not only are you going to be able to achieve overcoming the job mindset and working paycheck to paycheck, you're going to be able to do some serious things. With side hustles and affiliate marketing, you can achieve some really serious, achieve serious goals. Getting that Lamborghini, getting that Ferrari, being a single man living in a $300,000 condo or a house all by yourself. You're going to have that ability to get up and travel, going wherever you want. And that's another side hustle. Traveling and documenting your travels in YouTube videos, showing people where you're going. You could become a millionaire off of that. Yeah. I know somebody right now who's on vacation. I ain't dropping no names. I ain't no snitch. If you know me personally, I ain't no snitch, because you know what? Snitches get stitches. I ain't definitely not going there. But with that said, let me go ahead and jump up off of here. I just wanted to make this video and just be myself and just reach out to the working class people, because I haven't turned on this GoPro in such a while. I've had low energy. I had gained all my weight back, and I was just feeling like pure crap. And then I started eating healthy again recently. I'm back in the gym. I'm doing my little 1-2 walking, and my stomach's coming down again, and my pants are feeling loose again. And this time around, I'm going to strive to get this weight off and keep it off. I'm about, I don't know, I'm going to assume right now about 276. If I can get the 76 off by the end of this year and get to 200, I will be happy. When I ran marathons, I was about the day of the 26.2 mile marathon back in 2009. I was about 100, and I want to say about 183 pounds on marathon day. Yeah, about 183 pounds at 18% body fat. And came across the finish line at 5 hours and 45 minutes and 26 seconds. While I don't want to be 183 or 186 or even 190 pounds again, getting down to about 200, I'll be happy with that. As long as I get this bulging male waistline and this stomach up off me, because that's another thing too. When you're overweight, it does mess with your energy to create content for your side hustle, whether it's a YouTube video or a blog. So please, ladies and gentlemen, be mindful of your health. You know, try to get in at least some steps per week. Try to change your eating habits. Now, there's nothing wrong with going to the buffet, because I'll go to the buffet, and you know, it just kind of like just strive to watch what you eat. I can see every once in a while you splurging, having some fried rice, chicken teriyaki, and you know, some all of that. I see that. We're all human. I love the hibachi. I mean, I love the buffet. I said the hibachi. I love the buffet myself. There's one in North Philly that I go to, and man, I'll be over there tearing. I'll be smashing it up real good. They used to have lobster on Sundays over there I don't know, every Sunday or every other Sunday, a couple of years ago, but they don't serve lobster anymore. But yeah, that's one thing I noticed as I'm gracefully seasoning, which is another term for getting older, that I need to be more mindful of my health, because low energy means that I don't have that motivation to put out more YouTube videos. So I just want to reinforce that to y'all. Be mindful of your health. Get your cardio in. Do an hour cardio on the treadmill at least twice a week, so that you get your heart rate up, that you feel more ambitious and energetic. You feel more inspired to make more YouTube videos or write more blog posts for your side hustle. The more videos you create, post to your channel, or the more blogs you write and publish to your blog, the more you greater your probability of earning more income from your side hustle, which is definitely a good thing. It puts you in a different bracket of relying less on your day job income. But even if when your side hustle income grows, don't be so quick to walk off your job, okay? And if you do make that conscious decision, if your side hustle income outgrows your day job income, please be mindful to those relationships that you cultivated and nurtured. As I mentioned earlier in this video, take those people along with you. You know, whether you stay connected to them on LinkedIn, Facebook, or, you know, if they subscribe to your YouTube channel, offer them a link to your YouTube channel. You know, offer them to watch their videos, or stay connected to them through their phone numbers, email addresses. Take those people along with you. And most importantly, if you do decide to make the conscious decision to leave your day job, leave on good terms. Because not just in the event that if you have to go back to that job, but you want to feel good on the inside, that I can still look back and talk to those people. You know, everybody wants to look back and say, you know what, I knew so-and-so for 20 or 30 years. I used to work with them, and even though we haven't worked together for more than, let's say, 20 years, I still keep in touch with that person. It makes you feel good on the inside. It helps you to become a better person, and it also contributes to the betterment of yourself through personal development. All right, so with that said, thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, my name is Sean. I'm straight out of Flatbush, Brooklyn, and this is another humble episode of Side Hustle Inspiration. Always remember that changing the history of your human thought process is absolutely possible without respect to person or without respect to age, through changing the way you think and refusing to continue working paycheck to paycheck as a means of sustaining a living. All right, again, thank you so much. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to this channel. I'm not quite sure if the subscribe button is this way or that way or that way or this way. I don't know, but if you see the red button that says subscribe, please subscribe. And again, thank you so much from my heart for taking the time to watch this humble blurb. And please also, it would really help me in the YouTube algorithm. You are more than encouraged and welcome to please click the like button. That helps me a lot. All right, and if you'd like to leave any feedback on this video, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you just want to give me a shout out and say, hey Sean, you did a great job on the video, just being your natural self, you are more than welcome anytime to reach out to me and comment on these videos. Okay, other than that, thank you sincerely from the heart for taking your precious time to watch this video, and I hope that you got something out of it. So stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to try to get more of these out momentarily, because I do have also a Sony a7 III with a G Master lens, which I rarely use, and I do need to start using that camera. I should be starting to make some videos with that momentarily. So all in all, again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the channel and stay tuned for the next video. Over and out. Peace.